I'm not an expert at pretty much anything, but one thing that I think I'm pretty uniquely qualified to talk about is something that a lot of my friends and family have asked me, which is, how do I get back into reading? I loved reading when I was a kid, but then I went to high school and I went to college and I was assigned all these books that I didn't want to read, and I started hating reading. And to be honest, for about a decade, I probably literally only read 1 or 2 books of my own choosing. But a few years ago, I rediscovered reading, and now it's my biggest hobby and one of the biggest things in my life. And how did I do it? I've been thinking about that a lot, and so I sat down and I came up with 8 steps to get you back into reading. The first is to figure out how you like to read. Get into a rhythm. Do you like to wake up early and spend 30 minutes reading with coffee before you start your day? Is it best to snuggle up with your cat and read before bed? Do you like reading on your commute to work? Try reading in a few different ways and a few different circumstances to see what fits and what works in your schedule. I'm gonna run into this tree. Next, read what sounds cool. Don't worry about what the next big bestseller is, what the big genre is at the time, etc. I was talking to a friend one day, and his book of the year was Fourth Wing, a fairy smut book. And I don't think he's necessarily the target demographic, but it worked for him, and that's what's important. We're all so unique, so go out there, find a hyper-specific Reddit thread, or research the most interesting book in some niche subculture that you're in, or find a book that accompanies your favorite video game franchise or movie, and give it a go. Don't find a book that's just gonna sound hot on your Tinder profile. Find one that authentically ignites your spark to read. I'm going to contradict myself a little bit in this point though, and give one suggestive guideline, which is to start small. Reading a 500-page tome is daunting, and especially when I was getting back into reading, I found it was super nice to pick up a book that I could look at and read in a couple of weeks at a casual pace. There are so many fantastic books out there that are like 200 pages or less. Next up, don't make unhelpful social media-based goals for reading. I am so tired of the social mediaification of reading. And ever since Goodreads got big, everyone feels like they need to be ripping through 5 books a month and sharing their progress and collecting shit. You do not have to do that. If you can find a single life-changing book this year, a book that was extremely fun or that hit deep or affected you strongly in any way, that's a huge success. You don't have to outdo your peers or make reading your job or rip through a million books. Just try to make your goal to enjoy it. That being said, you can absolutely get a lot of joy out of interacting with communities while you're reading. There are literally millions of tier list videos and ranking videos and book review videos and deep dives here on YouTube. You can, even make your own channel. Who am I? And I did one, right? There are tons of communities online. There are subreddits that you can join. There are millions of YouTube videos, as I've talked about, on pretty much every book and every genre ever. And there are thousands of Discord servers that you can join to talk about books. And there are plenty of people in real life to talk to, right? You can talk to your partner about what they've been reading. Ask your mom what she's been reading. Tell your mom what you've been reading. Talk to your coworker. Tons of people read, and it's really fun to talk about it. Reading may seem like a solitary hobby, but it doesn't have to be. 6th is commit. Tell yourself that you're going to finish one book, and you're going to finish it from start to finish, and then you can decide if it's not for you, and it's okay. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Maybe you're at a point in your life where you don't have the time or the emotional energy or otherwise the motivation to read, and that's totally fine. There are millions of ways to enjoy your free time in life, and you don't have to force it. But give it a shot. Work your way through one book from start to finish, because there is an addicting sense of satisfaction that you get when you complete a book. It may stick with you way longer than you expected. Next, be open to trying reading in different ways. Not everyone just buys straight up books and reads them. You could do that. You could also try listening to an audiobook. You could try an e-reader. You could try reading a book while listening to it on audio. None of these are the wrong way to read. And honestly, whatever is the one that gets you reading, that's the correct way. And don't stop there. Maybe comics are more fun for you to read. Maybe manga, maybe short stories, maybe fanfics, maybe novellas, maybe magazines, whatever. There are no police that are going to come to your door and arrest you for reading the wrong way. Finally, and most importantly, don't let bozos on the internet tell you that you have to read a certain way, you have to read a certain genre, or anything like that. My mom has been reading for 60 plus years, and you know how she reads books? She opens the book, she opens to the last chapter, and she reads the conclusion to see if it's a worthwhile book for her to sink time into. Do I think that that's a great way for me to read? No, but it works for her. All right, that's the end of this list, and I hope that at least one of these tips resonated with you. If you're interested in my reviews for potentially your next book, check out the rest of my channel, which up until now has been all book reviews. Thanks for watching.